Good evening. Welcome to That's the Moment. You're in Doug's Theater Room. So this is something new that we're trying. I've literally spent a lifetime building a collection of things that reflect my interest in music, movies, pop culture, and this is sort of the realization of that. You can pan to my bookcase where I've got travel books, I've got books about political interests, I've got books about Star Wars and the movies, and then I've got my music and movies and concert DVDs on display, along with vinyl albums as well. And an autographed wall clock of Asia. You see, I love this band. Shannon can show you the love rug that I have that was a generous Christmas gift from her a few years ago. And this is special because this is from the very first show I ever saw of Asia. The reunited all four original members of Asia lineup in 2006. You've got Steve Howe, John Wetton, Carl Palmer, and Jeffrey Downs. Sort of a sense of humor. If you look closely at this, it's not just Asia, but it says only time will tell. So it's a wall clock for only time will tell, and it has the song lyrics in the background. I love this piece. So you can see it needs another battery. We'll get it working, but this is just a fun way to start our first Doug's Theater Room story. So just want to start with that. I love that. Never forget my first experience. I flew to Cleveland for that. They didn't come to Florida. I had to look at all the concert dates. I was like, you know what? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland. That's where I'm going because they belong there. And I still maintain that. So you see my hat. I've got Asia and the Omega Tour. Somebody at church tonight asked, like, oh, what's the Omega Tour? And it occurred to me after, I think they probably thought it was a Christian rock band, but I just went with it anyways. Like, Alpha, Omega, those sound like Christian themes. So I laughed. I was like, you know what? Somebody's probably going, it was actually the worship leader. He's probably going to go home tonight and look up, who is Asia? What is the Omega Tour? So, hey, maybe we'll make a fan tonight. So if you get a stream from Palm Beach County, Florida tonight that you don't recognize, can take this music fan. So let's go into the guts of what we have here. Part of why I think this will be of some universal interest is that Doug's Theater Room isn't just about Doug. It's about also a lot of other fans out there. Part of why I love going to concerts is I love that connectivity. And that's something we've lost in 2020. I'm still enjoying music. I'm still enjoying music videos. But there's definitely something lost about connecting with other music fans at live shows. I love that part of the experience. So in here are many different bands with different music fans, but I've got lots of stories from different shows. So it's always fun to reflect on those. So tonight, Shannon challenged me to go pick something at random out of here and tell a story about it. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't, but that's the moment. So let's find the story tonight. Shannon, you're behind the camera. Why don't you point somewhere and I'll go with that? Just point in a direction. Higher or lower? Here?
Right there.
Right there. What do we have here? Okay! Kelly Clarkson! You know what's cool about this? I just saw her in my last year of life before COVID-19. I saw her in Los Angeles. How did that happen? Happened because the person behind the camera, my wife Shannon, she loves Kelly Clarkson. We'd never seen her live before. Always wanted to, but raising kids, family never got around to it. So what do? We find out Kelly Clarkson's got a new TV show in Los Angeles. And she's like, I would love to be in the studio audience for that. I was like, let's do this, of course. Why wouldn't we do that? So we go online, we reserve, they're looking for tickets, boom, we get the message, we're in. We fly out to Los Angeles, and within our first 24 hours, we're in line. Universal City, California, what's it called? Studio City is where the back lot of Universal Studios is. So from the parking garage, after the event's over, we look out, we see there's a sound stage for The Voice, and then there's the sound stage we had just been in for the Kelly Clarkson show. It's like, gosh, when you're on TV, you think of them as being like just completely different productions, but she literally takes a golf cart and probably just goes across 2 studios over and she's on to the next job. So this is her greatest hits. So let me put on my trusted readers. See if we've got any stories in here. Oh, real quick. the Kelly Clarkson show. They do retakes of stuff, and we were sitting right at the door where Kelly comes in. So that was so exciting. Just all of a sudden, it's boom, like the big TV production, and we didn't know who Lizzo was yet. She was this new rising, she's a big star now, but when were we there? Like late September to early October 2019. So she comes out and does Lizzo's song. And of course, it blew up, went to #1, and she's huge now. But we got to hear Kelly do that. So that was really exciting. And then she busts out in a song singing I'm Every Woman, Whitney Houston. I was like, oh my gosh. She just does it stream of thought with her audience. So that was a lot of fun. So, see, my wife just points, we pull it out, and there's a story for you. We've got hundreds, if not thousands, of stories like this. So, song #1, Kelly Clarkson's Greatest Hits, Since You've Been Gone. I mean, who doesn't love that song? If memory serves, I think that went to #2 in the charts. She started on American Idol. My wife and I watched season 1, and we watched her rise, and we thought for sure that guy Justin, what was his name? Justin Guarini. He just seemed like a shoo-in, like he had so much confidence and cool swagger. He was a great entertainer, but something about this girl worked her tail off. And as the season progressed, you're like, this girl like has a chance, like as solid as Justin was. This girl came up and she wanted it so bad. And you saw at the end, even Justin was thrilled for her. They came to be good friends and did their movie together. But it's been fun to see that she stayed on top to where she has her own show that we're in the studio audience for. So Since You've Been Gone being the first song to lead off, that song was a smash. A moment like this, let's see, that's got to be on here. Yeah, number 16. That was her big, like the season ending. She won the show. A moment like this with the confetti falling and everybody across America after calling in for the votes. We're so thrilled for Kelly. And the show is still on today because of that face. So if you've ever heard of American Idol, that's the reason why. Season 1 winner, Kelly Clarkson.
What's your favorite song on that album?
A lot of good songs. Since You've Been Gone, I just love. That was such a big song. Miss Independence, a great song. Love the message of that. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Love that song. That's a catchy. Behind These Hazel Eyes, that was also from her album that Since You've Been Gone came from. Here I am once again, torn into pieces. Yeah, that's a great song. Because of You is great. Never Again. Never Again came from her album. What was it with her? Might have it here. Here it is, My December. I was thinking of my birthday. I was like, why am I thinking of my birthday? Yeah, that's an album that Never Again is from. Such a good album. It was considered a little on the darker side of her, but I think Kelly's always been true to herself in telling her life story. So that's a good album I highly recommend too. And that was her first album that she released after her American Idol success with A Moment Like This. And I think Miss Independence on there. Yep. What happened to Miss Independence? So anyway, let's wrap it up. That's it. If you haven't listened to Kelly Clarkson in a while, don't take it for granted. Go listen to her. Her stuff is awesome. And watch her TV show. I go to lunch every day, and a couple times a week at work, I go into Dunkin' Donuts, grab a cup of coffee, and her show is on while I'm in line getting coffee. And I just smile at that because she's quarantining just like the rest of America. And, she does the best she can. She's going through a marriage separation. I mean, this is real people doing this. So that's it. That's our little section from Doug's Theater Room. Please enjoy your music collections, whether you're streaming it or whether you're listening to physical media. Just let music and your faith and your friends help make the most of this moment in your life. Have a good night. That's the moment.